Hello yogis, welcome back to my channel. My name is Krista and welcome to day 3 of the Spring into Yoga Challenge. Today's class is going to be a yin style class and our main focus for today is going to be on the wood element. If you have a diffuser at home or you have any essential oils at home that are either maybe bergamot, lavender, or peppermint, or a mixture of those three, please feel free to put it in your essential oil diffuser or maybe on your wrist so you can smell it throughout your practice. And these scents really help open and activate that wood element, which I will go to in a little bit more detail throughout today's practice. One out of the 5 elements from traditional Chinese medicine that I'm going to be talking about is wood. The wood element is the first phase out of the 5, and it signifies growth, expansion, and the beginning of life. We are in the time of wood right now as we are starting to enter springtime here, at least in the Northern Hemisphere in Canada where we live. It is almost springtime here, so we will soon start to see the snow melt, new life begin, and this kind of regeneration of life. So that's going to be our practice for today. We will get started in a seated position. So I'm just sitting up on a block. If you have a cushion at home, please feel free to use that. If sitting on the floor is more comfortable, whatever feels better in your body. And don't forget, there is my yin sounds playlist down below if you want to listen to some relaxing music while doing today's practice. So getting started, sitting up nice and tall, arms just rest onto the thighs, close down your eyes, and really feel a sense of rooting into the floor. Feeling your shoulders stack over your hips, and your ears pull back to come on top of your shoulders. And just pay attention to your breath. Pay attention to your heartbeat. And just notice anything that you're bringing into this practice today. So it may be some grocery lists or to-do lists, conversations, emotions. And just acknowledge whatever's coming up for you here. And imagine placing those things in a box. And just closing the lid of that box and setting it off to the side. And just for a few moments. Slowly start to drop your right ear towards your right shoulder, feeling a nice stretch into the left side of the neck. If you want to intensify this stretch, maybe extend that left arm off to the side. Keep reaching that arm. And you can also take a hold of the head and very gently, without pulling, just allow the weight of the hand to pull the head down towards the shoulder. Just being very gentle. We don't want to force anything with our neck. Last breath here. Draw your chin to center And then lift your head back up to neutral. You can keep the eyes closed for this part because we're just moving the head around. Then slowly drop left ear to left shoulder. Just notice maybe one side feels a little bit stiffer than the other, and that's perfectly okay. Again, if you need a more intense stretch or you don't quite feel anything, you can extend that arm off to the side. Or again, bringing your left hand to the top of the head. Keep breathing. Being very gentle. And just trying not to go too far, just coming into that first place where you feel a little bit of resistance in the neck. And very gently start to draw your chin towards your chest. And then lift your head back up. Interlace the fingers behind the head. Start to lower your chin down towards your chest. And make sure not to round the spine here. Keep the spine straight. And just feel the weight of the hands on the back of the head. Keep the shoulders dropping away from the ears. Last few breaths here. Very gently release the clasp of the hands. Place your hands on your thighs and gently lift your head back upright. And from here, you can flutter open the eyes. If you are sitting on a block, just kindly remove it off to the side. We're going to find butterfly pose. Bring the soles of the feet together. Knees open up like a book. And you can bring a block or a couple blocks here just to support your head as you fold forward. You can also bring blocks underneath your knees and stay upright, whatever feels better in your body. Just make sure you don't feel like you're leaning back in space. You want to think of tilting the pelvis forward and then folding forward. So setting up the pose on how it suits you. And just allow your arms to rest wherever feels comfortable. Really steady your breath and release any muscle that feels like it just wants to hang on. We are currently changing seasons from a yin season, being very cold and quiet, calm, a season where we tend to want to hide away or hibernate. And during the season of wood, we really want to start to ignite a little bit more yang energy. As the sun starts to shine for us more and more, our energy levels really come alive. And we might feel like we can take on some new challenges in our life. Think about any challenge that you've maybe been putting aside that you want to revisit. Last breath here. Take a nice long breath in, long breath out. Place your hands onto the mat. onto the earth and very gently push yourself upright. Just remove any props off to the side and close your legs up like a book. Walk your feet out a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Wrap your arms around your knees and just rest your head down. Take a breath or two here. Come back up and start to extend the left leg out to the side. And the right foot's just going to come nice and close towards the groin. So I'm kind of positioning myself in a bit of a diagonal here. So you want to sit up nice and tall, and we want to square our chest towards that straight leg. And from here, one hand can come to each side of the leg. If it's okay, maybe you start to fold forward, coming into your depth. And again, you can utilize your props to make this a little bit comfortable. So maybe you just rest your head and just allow that leg, that straight leg, to relax. Release any muscular contraction. Really be still and notice what comes up for you. Drink a long breath in through your nose, preparing your body to come out of this shape. Place your hands into the mat and gently lift yourself back upright. Remove any props. Just a nice counter stretch. We're going to find a nice side bend so the forearm or hand can just rest onto that straightened leg. Reach the right arm up towards the sky and then stretch up and over towards that straight leg. And then slowly come back up and we'll switch sides. From here, we're going to bring that left leg in, extend the right leg, and bring the left foot into the groin. So again, we want to square our chest towards that straightened leg, sitting up the props in any way that you need to. And one leg might feel a bit different than the other, and that's okay. So you can just bring one hand on each side, maybe linger here for a breath or two. Maybe you don't even fold forward, you just stay as you are. If your body is inviting you, just start to pivot from that hip crease. Just until your body is met with that first place of resistance. Start to feel your body in this space. Feel your hands on the earth. Gently press to lift your head and chest up. Just remove any props off to the side. Place the right arm just anywhere on that thigh, on that leg. Inhale, reach the left arm up into the sky. Nice side body stretch as you reach up and over. Beautiful. Come back upright. We're going to come back into a seated position. Feel free to sit up on a block or a pillow, or you can just sit comfortably onto the floor. Sitting up nice and tall. Bring your left hand to the right knee and start to just gently twist towards the right side. That opposite hand can come behind your low back. And then exhale, release through center. Right hand on top of left knee. Big breath in, big breath out. And come back through center. Getting nice and comfy in your seats. Roll the shoulders back and down and close down the windows of the eyes and come back to that space that you cultivated at the beginning of this class. Because trees are the closest concept to the element of wood, I want you to imagine as you sit in this space, feel as though you're so rooted where you are, you feel the roots grow beneath you. And as you sit a little taller, feel the crown of the head reaching up towards the sky, like branches reaching up towards the sun. And just take a few moments and really tune into what this tree looks like for you. What does your bark look like? Is it rough or smooth? What about your branches? Do they spread wide and out, or are they more narrow and reach in a straight line? What do your roots look like? Are they thick and tuberous? Do they spread along the ground close to the surface? Or do they root deep, deep into the earth? And what would your tree feel like if you touched its bark? And now think about where would your tree be rooted? Is it on a beach or in a forest? Or maybe in the middle of the city? Now I want you to imagine a storm. Imagine a storm arises, something out of your control. And I want you to feel the strength of your tree. Feel the flexibility of the wood, the branches, and your trunk. And as we go through the storms of life, I want you to remind yourself, where are you rooted? Where does your strength lie? How flexible is your mind, your actions, your behaviors, your thoughts, your emotions? And remember that wherever you are rooted, you are home. You are safe, deep within yourself. And bring your hands to heart center. Take a long breath in through your nose. And with an open mouth, let it go. Thank you so much for practicing today, this nice yin class, as we explore the element of wood. May the light in me honor and cherish the light that is in you. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone, for practicing, and I will see you for day 4 tomorrow.